So today I thought I'd show you my process to do a cat's eye in coloured pencils. I've drawn a very quick rough sketch, as you can see. Now this is on drafting film, and the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to start by laying down my lighter colours. So that's the lighter colours that you can see on your reference picture. Now obviously every cat has different eye coloration, so you might not necessarily have an eye with yellow shades in it. You might have a blue eye. Same process applies. You're just going to start and build up your layers with the lightest colour that you can see on your reference picture. You're then going to make sure that you're moving as though it was a clock. So you're going to always move in towards the pupil in a circular motion, just like the numbers on a clock face. Slowly building up the colours now, as you can see, and we're going to start and put the darker ones in. Now we need to make sure that, again, we're starting with the lighter of the dark colours, and then we're going to build up slowly to the darkest ones. I'm not really that bothered about the outside of the eye. This is more about the actual eye itself, but I have placed that in there just so that it gives it some kind of definition. So you can see here I'm laying up my darker colours now. Obviously with most cats, the top part of it will be a lot darker. So there you can see I just erased part of the pupil. That's actually because that's where the highlight is, and I don't want to have an issue with my light pencil going over the top of that. Probably should have done that slightly sooner, perhaps when I laid it down first, but anyway, we move on. Slowly adding more and more colours, and what we're trying to establish here is the values on the piece. So we're wanting to ensure that our darks are dark enough and our lights are light enough. That means that if you place a colour down and you find it's not quite dark enough, then that probably means the areas surrounding it aren't light enough, and vice versa. Continuing to build layers, the more layers that you add, the more dimension you'll get. The coloured pencils I'm using are the Pablo ones. I am not going to try and pronounce who makes them. Anybody else wants to go for it, but I'm not going to make a fool of myself. They're brand new to me. I had them as a gift and they are absolutely amazing. They're wax based, highly recommend them. Now you don't just have to stick to one set of coloured pencils when you're doing your artwork. You can obviously mix it up. You can use the wax and the oil based ones together. You're never probably going to find the colour that you just want in the set, which is why you need to continue to layer. You can see there the paintbrush, that's actually me using a product called Zest. So drafting film doesn't have a lot of tooth. To allow me to get more layers on, what I will actually do is use the Zest, which is a solvent. I will put that in the description. You've probably seen me use it already, and I probably have already mentioned it in other videos. But it's a brilliant piece of kit, and it just allows you to get more out of your coloured pencils. So you'll get much more tooth out of your paper using that. You can see me working in the direction of a clock around the pupil there. You don't want to do just straight lines. You want to do it as though you're rotating around the pupil. It doesn't matter whether it's round or it's oval or what kind of slit it's got. You just want to make sure that you are treating it as though it was the numbers on a clock, so to speak. So I did say I wasn't particularly bothered with the outside of the eye. I am doing this for a reason. It is very rough. I'm going to show you the reason when I've actually done that. But also it just helps with that top part, because obviously it needs to be a lot darker and almost blend into the outer side of the eye. So you can see that I'm adding blue there on the pupil prior to putting the black down. The reason that I do this is it just adds a little bit more depth to the pupil. So the highlight on your cat's eye is never going to be pure white. Normally you'll have shades of grey in there, or maybe blue. You might have a couple of spots that are bright white, and they obviously contrast and make the whole thing look nice and bright. But predominantly you'll be using greys, blues, maybe a bit of purple depending. Just wanted to make everybody aware that I am now offering tutorials that are laid out with step-by-step processes with pictures and all of the coloured pencils used in the order that they're used on my blog. I've got an arts hints and tips area for other artists. I am self-taught, so Everything I've learned I've had to do myself, and so it's lovely to hand that knowledge to other artists. Now there is a £5 a month charge for that blog, however you can view it for 7 days for free if you just wanted to have a look and maybe grab one of those tutorials and then fleet off into the light of day. You're more than welcome to. In addition to that, you can cancel that at any time. There's no obligation. You're not signed up for a set period of time. Once you've had enough of me, get rid of me. The reason that I did go around the eye is so that I could actually show you the slice tool. Now this is an amazing piece of kit. It's really good on the drafting film particularly, and it's basically a ceramic knife. Once you've put the colour down, that allows you then to simply come along and scrape it off. If you wanted a specific colour to come through, so say you were working on a fox and you wanted maybe a light orange or even a yellow, you could do that on the back of the drafting film so that when you scraped away that would show through. Now I didn't use the back of the drafting film on this example, but if you wanted to darken up, say, the pupil, you could flip that and colour it in black, so you get a lot more tone to your work. So you can see me using a pen there just to add the white highlights. Not going to try and pronounce the name of that pen. I did accidentally fall into Hobbycraft the other day and I did procure one of those. Here I've actually placed the eye over the top of both a black piece of card and a white piece of card. This just shows you the difference that you can make by placing different colours behind your work. Well, that's it for this week. Hope you have a lovely week. If you have any comments or questions, don't forget to pop them in the comment section below. And if you would like to subscribe to my channel, that's very much appreciated. And that's it from me. Toodle pip and bye bye.